Hello. This video is to show you how to do the pinning for the respiratory system lab, and we're doing it at the end of the lab. So I've played around with this two ways. I think the better way for you is to use the full skeleton and just zoom in on the head and the thoracic cavity. You can also, though, go and do separately, do the head and neck, and do the thoracic cavity. So what we do is we are going to respiratory system and we are going to add to layer 2. Actually, we're only going to go to layer 1. And I'm going to zoom in on the head and neck. So we have our nares right there. We have our vestibule. We're looking up his nose. Ooh, we can even see the nasal concha. And we have the hyoid bone supporting the thyroid cartilage. So let's remove the bone. And we now have the oral cavity right here. The maxillary and palatine bones would be right here. This is the nasopharynx up here. This is the oropharynx, and then this would be the laryngopharynx down here. That right there is going, this ball is probably the palatine tonsil. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look in here at our nasal cavity. So I'm going to click there. I'm going to click hide, and we have our nasal concha. There's our superior nasal concha, there's our middle nasal concha, there's our inferior nasal concha. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't let you label those. See, it's not letting me label them. So this is the nasopharynx, and it's not showing the tonsil will be right there. This is the oropharynx. So label the nasopharynx, the oropharynx, and the laryngopharynx. And I'm hiding those so you could see the inside. So it's just one long tube. I believe I told you in lecture, I knew a nice young lady who would put spaghetti up her nose, go all the way to the back, there's the uvula, grab it, and then use it as floss. So far we have labeled the nasopharynx, the oropharynx, and the laryngopharynx. Moving down, we want the thyroid cartilage right there. Oops. And I want you to notice the thyroid cartilage is open in the back. So let's hide the other side of that. So this is the thyroid cartilage. It's the largest of the cartilages. And you drew this on you drew the whole model on the other one. This right here is the epiglottis right there. And this is the cricoid cartilage. Notice the cricoid cartilage is the only cartilage here that goes all the way around. You have some of the lesser cartilages. You could click on them to see them. There's one. I need to super zoom in for that one. So these are a couple of the lesser cartilages. And notice the only complete cartilage is the cricoid. So the trachea is right here. And that has the C-ring cartilage because see, it doesn't go all the way through. And I just want you to label the whole trachea. You could label trachea cartilages if it's not cooperating like it's not doing now. So on our upper respiratory system, we have nasopharynx, oropharynx, laryngopharynx. We have the thyroid cartilage, we have the epiglottis, we have the cricoid cartilage. And again, remember, whenever you move this, it's going to hide them. So pick a view to start with, like maybe pick that view to start with. That might be the best view. So this goes down into the thoracic cavity. And I'm going to go now to the thoracic view of this. So here's the thoracic view. Now what you notice here is you have the cardiac notch and the cardiac impression. So if I add the arteries and the veins, I see the heart is nice, it's in there. So it's taking up part of the lung. So we have 3 lobes. Middle lobe, I want you to label. Superior lobe and inferior lobe. We only have 2 lobes there because of the heart. We have the superior and the inferior. Now, unfortunately, it will not let you label the horizontal fissure or either oblique fissures. So we need to now remove the heart. Bye-bye, heart. It was nice knowing you, because we want the structures underneath. and hide the superior lobe on one side. So we have our trachea here. We have our primary bronchi. And the bronchi go to the lung. So one right primary, one left primary. Then you have the secondary bronchi, and they're going to the lobes. So there's one secondary, oops, there's the other. And they're calling them intermediate bronchi. Just want secondary bronchi for your test. And that is pretty much what there is. We could add the diaphragm. So there's the diaphragm. There's the transverse thoracics. Actually looks pretty cool. So, but you don't have to. So diaphragm, transverse thoracics. And that's basically what I want you to pin. So again, you could do it all together, or you could do it as two separate pictures. Thank you.